topic 12.1, Antidifferentiation by substitution. Suppose we are given an integral of the form integral of f of g of x times g prime of x dx. We can transform this into another form by changing the independent variable x to u using the substitution u equals to g of x. In this case, derivative of u over dx, du over dx is just equivalent to g prime of x dx. Therefore, the integral of f of g of x times g prime of x dx is equivalent to integral of f of u du. So mao ni ang substitution. Ang point lang bud ani actually is pag naa kay ngani nga form, na kay isa ka function, this is composition of function, tapos ang inner function makita nimo sa labas ang iyang derivative, you can apply the substitution kay para mo simplify siya. Anyway, mas masabtan ni later on pag nanatay example. So this change of variable is one of the most important tools available to us. That this technique is called integration by substitution. It is often important to guess what will be the useful substitution. So let's discuss some examples. So example 1. We are asked to evaluate integral of the quantity x plus 4 raised to 5 dx. So kung wala tayo knowledge ani sa kuan sa kanang substitution, ang atong magamit ani is pangitaon sa nato ni si x plus 4 exponent 5, meaning i-expand sa nato ni. How do we expand that one? Diba? X plus 4 times x plus 4, i-solve ni mo na. That's actually x plus 4 squared pa lang. Tapos ang answer na po, i-times na po ni mo x plus 4 para ma-cube na. Tapos na po kay answer diha. Tapos, ang answer na po ni mo, i-times na po ni mo x plus 4 para ma 1, 2, 3, 4 na. Exponent 4. And lastly, ang answer na po diri, times na po ni mo x plus 4 para x exponent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 na. Pagkahuman, dito pa ka mag-integrate. So, imagine na unsa ka kuti. Kung wala tay substitution, kung wala tay integration by substitution. So, unsaon ni para mas simple. So, ang buhaton ana, usually, kanang nay mga exponent, mao na ang ilet nimo og other variable. Usually, ang ginagamit na ana is, we let a variable u be equivalent to the inner function. Ang function man gud ani is natay exponential function, naputay linear function sa sulod. So, ang inner function nato ani, kanang x plus 4. So, kana ato ang ilet as u, that is x plus 4. And then, kung nanatay kanana, we can now rewrite this one as, by the way, before that, after nimo malet tong inner function as u, then differentiate both sides ka na lang. Meaning, derivative ani is du, tapos derivative ani is dx na lang. Because 4 is constant man. So again, derivative ni u is du. Ang derivative ni x is dx. Tapos si 4 constant, 0 na siya. So du is equivalent to dx rapod. So based ani, nag-substitution ka, you can now rewrite that one as integral of ang u nimo, ang x plus 4 mahimo na sa u raised to 5. Tapos ang dx nimo equal ra man na kay du. So du na po niya diri. Nanong kailangan du siya because u naman imong variable para consistent imuhang variable. So naa na kay mas simpler karon nga integrand. So mas dali na lang makagamit na katong power rule na to. So paging ana pwede na ta ano na eh himo na ni come up na siya u raised to 5 plus du. And then integrate na lang ka. So unsa integral ni u raised to 5? Di ba unsaon ganito? Recall that pag integral ni x raised to n is equivalent to x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1. Tapos plus c. So meaning, u raised to 6. Asa ni si 6? 5 plus 1 over 6 plus c. So nanatay, integration ana. But since ato ang given, sa kana wala pa tanahuman. Since ato ang given is in terms of x, dapat ang answer, final answer na to must be in terms of x. So therefore, kaning u na to dire, ibalik to na to. Di ba nag-let u ta ganina as x plus 4? So ibalik na to na u. Pulihan na po na to si u as x plus 4. So therefore, ang ato ang final answer is kanina. So ang integral ani is just equivalent to the quantity of x plus 4 raised to 6 over 6 plus c. So how will we know kung tama ba ang atong answer? Then derive na lang ta. For checking, let's say we need to check. Differentiate na lang ni sa derivative ani, di ba? Apply ta tong 6 tapos x plus 4 raised to 5. Tapos ang derivative ni x is 1 lang man. So no need sige, butang na to si 1 over 6 plus derivative sa constant 0 man. And since simplifying this one, makancel nini, mawala na pod si 1. So ang mabilin ani x plus 4 exponent 5, which is mao to atong given. So tama atong answer. So in ana pag-integrate pag once higher na ang exponent. Tapos ang exponent pod niya kanang higher na ang exponent tapos ang yang base pod dili lang variable, dili lang linear. Dili lang monomial. Binomial pataas. So that's how to evaluate integrals. We will use substitution method, integration by substitution. So hopefully nakuha na gamay ang concept sa substitution. Para mas masabtan, let's discuss more examples. Another example is kani. So we are asked to integrate the quantity of x raised to 5 plus 2 exponent 9 times 5 x raised to 4 dx. So again, nasulti na nako nga wala tay product rule sa integration. So kani is a product between aning duha. But since wala tay product rule, mao nang magka-problema ta kung wala tay substitution method. So ang buhaton nato ana paging ani apply tag substitution. So usually again wala tay ruling ana kung unsa gyud substitute, but usually kanang naay exponent nga dili monomial ang ginalet u ana. Let u be equivalent to x raised to 5 plus 2. So kanang base niya. And then after ana is differentiate nimo. So this is du kani becomes 5x raised to 4. Ayaw mo kalibo ka, please i-plus ta rin yung utok sa pag-derive, differentiate o pag-integrate. So again, we are differentiating. So minus ta dire. Baba si 5 tapos minus 1 kaya na 4. Tapos derivative ani 5x raised to 4, take note na pi dx dire. And then si 2 is a constant, so 0 ra. Then we need to isolate dx. So isolating dx, we need to divide both sides by 5x raised to 4, 5x raised to 4 para dx na to will be equivalent to du over 5x raised to 4. So based on it, we can now rewrite this one as integral of ang x raised to 5 plus 2 nara. We can rewrite that one as u raised to 9. Kaya ang x raised to 5 plus 2 is gilap naman na to as u. Then copy na si 5x raised to 4. Then substitute dx. Ang atong dx is naara. That is du over 5x raised to 4. Then simplify na lang. So ma-cancel out ni si 5x raised to 4. Ang final simplification na would be u raised to 9 du. So na-simplify na nato. Mas simpler na siya compared to this one. So kung na-simplify na nato, so we can now, so mao na may ngaingani na siya. U raised to 9 du. So again, let u na to us x raised to 5 plus 2. And after ana, apply na taog integration. So to integrate u raised to 9, that is u raised to 10 over 10. Ano gani? Because 9 plus 1 is 10, so over 10. And again, don't forget, plus c. And since in terms of u pa man then ang atoang given is in terms of x, dapat ibalik nato ni si x plus 5. So x raised to 5 plus 2. So therefore, ang final answer should be x raised to 5 plus 2, kay gipulihan nimo si u og x raised to 5 plus 2, exponent 10, then over 10 plus c. So this should be your final answer. So that's another example. So more example ta. What about if ing ani? Integral of z squared over square root of 1 plus z cubed dz. So, kana daw. So, pag ingana, kung wala tay product rule, actually, wala po tay quotient rule. So, unsaon ni karon siya. So, kung wala tay substitution rule, maglisod taan ni. So, mao to, applyan ni dapat og substitution. So, by substitution, we let we let u be equals to as kaning nasa baba. So again, usually ang ginalet u ana is naay exponent nga binomial ang kwan. Kay kani this can be written as z squared over 1 plus z cubed raised to 1/2 man eh. Kay square root man, dz. So, we let u o katong base na to, which is 1 plus z cubed. Then, after naglet ta, we differentiate both sides. It becomes du. Ang 1 is 0. Ang z cubed will be 3z squared. And don't forget dz. Then, isolate dz para mapulihan nato ng dz dire. So, isolating dz, we divide both sides by 3z squared. So, therefore, dz is equivalent to du over 3z squared. So, nanatay u, nanatay dz. So, mauna ni karon ato ang ipang substitute. So, therefore, this becomes integral of, as is lang si z squared, over, ang 1 plus z cubed is just u. So, this becomes u raised to 1/2. Kay kani, nalat naman na to as u. Ang dz, pulihan lang na to og du over 3z squared. And then, si z squared ma-cancel out. So, ang mabilin ana is integral ni du over na kay 3 u raised to 1/2. Pwede ra pud siya i-simplify as integral of 1/3. Nga naman, because naatay 1 diri, 3 sa baba. And recall tong constant multiple, na pwede lang basta na kay constant multiple, i-factor out lang nimo sa integral. So ang mabilin, that's du over u raised to 1/2. Then pwede ra pud na siya himuog 1/3 u raised to negative 1/2 du. Kay para ma-apply na to si power rule sa integration. So, by the way, na integral sign diha. Okay, so na-simplify na nato by substitution. So, focus na ta diri. Diri na ato ang problem. Sige. Kuning erase. So, take note of that. So, morning, kaing-ani na siya. Oh. So, diri ta nag-stop. So, motong nahimo siya 1/3 integral of u raised to 1/2 du. So, dito na siya gikan. Again, kani gibulag raman niya. Tapos gipulihan niya na ang 1/3 palabas. So, motong process kanina nga gikuan ako. Ang problema man gud sa book is medyo shortcut siya. So, motong gipakita nako ang process. So, diri na ta. So, we can now integrate. So, integrating this one, applying the power rule sa integration, mag plus 1. Negative 1/2 plus 1, that's negative 1/2 plus 1. So, ana, negative 1 times positive 1, it's negative 1 plus 2 over, sa baba is 2. Or basically, that's 1/2 or negative 1/2 plus 1 or 1 minus 1/2. So 1/2 ang exponent. Mao nang nahimo siya 1/3 as is lang u raised to 1/2 over 1/2 plus c. So kay nata dire. And then next is gisimplify niya. Giyon sa na pagkaingana. Focus dire. So that is 1/3 u raised to 1/2 tapos kaning 1/2 sa denominator, since denominator siya, pwede nimo siya as i-multiply as reciprocal. So mao na nahimo siya 2/3. Kay 1 times 2, that's 2. 3 times 1, that's 3. Mao nang nahimog 2/3 u raised to 1/2. By the way, please take note mulabas ni si C pag mawala sa integral sign. So sabay pod mawala si du. Pag nag-integrate na mo, mawala na ng integral sign. Dito na mo mag-plus c. Ayaw mo diri plus c. Mali na ha, nga naa pa si integral sign, nabutang na mo plus c. So, mabutang lang si plus c kung human na mo integrate. So, nanay plus c, then, since u pa lang man kailangan na to pulihan. Recall, unsa gato itong gilet u? We let u as 1 plus z cubed. So therefore, ang final answer should be 2/3 1 plus z cubed, the quantity of 1 plus z cubed raised to 1/2 plus c. So that's the third example. So next, actually, bear with me kay medyo daghag examples nga akong i-discuss kay we need to discuss more examples kay para mas pakita ang klase-klaseng situation on how to integrate nga by substitution siya. So example 4 ta. So sa example 4 kani ang given. So madugay dali sige kung magsige mo og solve ani dali na later on maanad na mo nga at first glance pa lang kabalo na mo unsay ilet as u. So sa dire we let u as kani because kani man is again can be expressed as x raised to square root of Okay na, ipakita na nato. Wala siya, sige. We have, this one can be expressed as x over x squared minus 1 exponent 1/2 dx. So therefore, kani ang naay exponent, binomial nga na exponent. So usually, kani gid ang ilet. We let u as x squared minus 1. And then again, after magkalat ka, you differentiate both sides. So this is du, kani 2x dx. Si 1, 0 naman na. So nanay ko 1. Then isolate dx, divide both sides by 2x. So para isolated na si dx as your du over 2x. And then, simplify na ka. I mean, substitute na ka, kumbaga. So, you apply substitution. As is lang si x, pero kaning x squared minus 1 raised to 1/2, pulihan na to na as u raised to 1/2. Okay, mama na atong gilat diri. While ang dx na to, pulihan na to as du over 2x. Then, makancel out si x. So, ang mabilin ani will be integral of du over u raised to 1/2. Panapaday si 2. Then, this can be further simplified as, since na may 1 dere, so pwede rin na ito ma-factor out si 1/2, integral of u raised to negative 1/2 para masaka siya du. So, kanina ang simplified nga na-substitute na nato. So, focus na ta diha. So, mauna, kani, nahimog ingana. So, from this one, becomes this one. So, katong process nga akong gituan. Next, after that one, apply na kakaroon og integration. So, same gapon, plus 1 ka sa exponent, tapos kung unsa yung bagong exponent, mauto yung denominator. So, negative 1/2 plus 1, that's 1/2. Then, divided by 1/2 na po. And same process, manong naingana na siya because, balik sa ta, focus sa ta dere, kaya medyo nag-shortcut na po. Kani, ma-simplified as 1/2 u raised to 1/2 times the reciprocal ni 1/2, 2 over 1. So, cancel out na ni, plus c. And that is u raised to 1/2 plus c na lang. And again, pulihan na lang nimo si u. And sa ganito atong gilet u, x squared minus 1. So, substituting, that becomes kanina. So, muna ni ang final answer. X squared minus 1, exponent 1/2 plus c. So, that's example 4. Let's proceed sa example 5. This one. So for example 5, same. This can be expressed as integral of 3x raised to 5 over x cubed plus 5 raised to 1/2 dx. And pwede ra siya integral of 3x raised to 5 tapos times x cubed plus 5 raised to negative 1/2 dx. Ato nang gisaka daan. Then, kanin diri ta mag let u kanang naay base na. So, we let u as x cubed plus 5. Kaya ang derivative ni u is just 3x squared dx. Then, isolating dx. So, divide both sides to 3x squared. And then, ang dx na to is becomes du over 3x squared. So, substitute na ito karon. So, integral of copy lang si 3x raised to 5 while kani x cubed plus 5 becomes u raised to negative 1/2. Then ato ang dx becomes du over 3x squared. Kana. Next is cancel out ta og 3. Tapos x squared. X raised to 5 man na. So 5 minus 2 ta, law of exponent. So kani napay cube dere. So meaning this becomes integral of x cube. Napay x cube na bilin kay x squared na may denominator. U raised to negative 1/2. Tapos du. So mao ning problema karon. Kay we cannot integrate not more than 1 ang atuang variable na tayo na putay du. So kani dapat mailis ni si x. Kay du naman ta dapat in terms of u tanan ang variable. So unsa nato na pagpuli? Recall to atong gilet. Pwede ta dito magbase. So u is equivalent to x raised to 3 plus 5. Pwede na to i-isolate si x raised to 3. So kung kana i-isolate na to si x raised to 3, meaning ibalhin na to si 5 sa pikas by addition property of equality. So meaning si u minus 5 kay gibalhin naman sa pikas ang positive just equivalent to x raised to 3. So meaning si x raised to 3 pwede lang nato pulihan si og u minus 5 kay para in terms of u tanan. So that becomes integral of u minus 5 tapos u raised to negative 1/2 du. So in terms of u na tanan. So what's next? So ikaw na lang na to. Basta take note of this. Ito na. So nanata sa integral of u minus 5 tapos u raised to 1/2. Which is mao na ni. Harap pa di ay. Kana. So kato ganina, actually ganina ang ato is integral of u minus 5 tapos u raised to negative 1/2 dx. Ang iyaha lang is na gibaba lang niya. Pwede ra pod pareha ra man na. So after unsay gibuhat is since again wala tay division rule, so kailangan nato i-divide sa agad una, i-simplify. So isa-isa niya gi-divide. Ang u gi-divide niya u raised to 1/2 tapos ang negative 5 gi-divide po niya u raised to 1/2. So gi-isa-isa niya. So since wala nag-simplify pa lang man ta, wala man ta nag-integrate na pag ni sa integral sign of si dx. Actually this must be du na dapat ni no. Du na dapat ni. In terms of u naman tatanan. Next. Okay. Nganong na u raised to 1/2 na ni? Since natay exponent to 1 diha, by law of exponent, minus ta. 1 minus 1/2 mo ng 1/2. Ang kani, wala naman, may u sa taas, so as is lang, pero gisaka na niya. Mo nang na negative 1/2 na po siya. Okay. Again, this is du. Next, apply na siya integration nag-integrate na siya separately. So, integrate niya ni. Yung sa pag-integrate, plus 1 ka sa 1/2, maunang na 3 halves, over 3 halves. Next, plus 1 ka sa negative 1/2, maunang positive 1/2, over positive 1/2. Okay. Then, since wala na si integral sign, nag-integrate na ka, na si plus c. Then, simplify na lang ka karon. Naunsa na siya karon pagka 2/3. Sige, balikan sa na to. Focus na dire. Yun sa ni pag-simplify. that is just equivalent to u raised to 3 halves times the reciprocal ni 3 halves because division man. So kaya nahimog 2/3 minus 5 u raised to 1 half times the reciprocal ni 1 half which is 2/1 and plus c. So mao nang naingana na siya. Mao nang naingana na diri. 2/3 nara si 2/3 nganong na 10 because 5 times 2. So u raised to 1 half plus c. And finally, since in terms of u pa lang mana, we need to substitute balik tong gilat na to. Take note na naglet tag u as x cubed plus 5. So meaning tanang u dire pulihan nimo og x cubed plus 5. So therefore your final answer is kana 2/3 times the quantity x cubed plus 5 raised to 3 halves minus 10 times the quantity of x cubed plus 5 raised to 1 half plus c. So that's how to solve kung naay mga ingato. Ang trick lang behind ato is ang katong kanyo naapay nabilin nga x cubed. So balik ka dito sa imong gilat. So hopefully naka-follow. Let's discuss more examples. We have here example 6. Nahimo siya integral of 1. So giunsa na siya pagkaingana. So first, we let that as asa kaya ang atong ilet. Usually again kanino nasa radical sign. So we let u as ln of x. Tapos derivative ni u na to. Recall tong derivative ni u. Sa ln of x, I think 1 over u tapos dx, I mean. 1 over x. 1 over x dx. Ang ln of x. So isolating. So we divide 1 over x man atong kailangan no. So divide both sides ta 1 over x para ma-cancel ni. So divide both sides 1 over x. So ang makuha na is dx kung saan ang du divided by 1 over x is just du times the reciprocal ni 1 over x which is x. Kaya dx na to is just x du. So na. So okay. So nanataan ni u, nanaputay dx. So by substitution, from here, we can write that one as integral of, ang dx na to is just x du. Over, copy lang si x, tapos cube root of ln of x, gilat na to as u. So ma-cancel out man si x, mao na ang nabilin, integral ni du over cube root of u. Kani. Which is equivalent ra pod ana. Kay gibutang lang niya ang du dire tapos gibutangan niya 1. So ana. So I hope naka-follow nganong from here na equal na siya pinakalit ana. So kani ang process. Nag-substitution siya. So since nanata diha, we can now simplify. Kani is just equivalent ani because cube root man kung square root raised to 1 half, kung cube root raised to 1/3. And since nasa sa ilalom, gisaka siya para gisaka siya para maka-apply tag power rule pero negative na yung exponent. And applying na integration, ngayon mo siya 2/3. Na naman kay plus 1 ta diya. 1/3 plus 1, negative 1/3 plus 1 is 2/3 over 2/3. Tapos nanong na ingana because this is just equivalent to u 2/3 times the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2 plus C. So, morning, nakatay 3/2. Tapos, gipulihan na niya ang U. Diba? We let U as ln of x. So, kaya nahimo na siya ln of x 2/3 plus C. So, this is your final answer. So, that's example 6. So, mao ni ang example 7. So, we have 3 examples. We have here integral of 3x, e raised to 3x dx. So, ang gibuhat niya, gilet niya as, paginganing mga given, ang ilet ni mo as u katong exponent niya, which is ang 3x. Tapos, differentiating both sides, that becomes du over du. Ang derivative ni u is du. Ang derivative ni 3x is 3 dx. Tapos, isolating dx, we divide both sides by 3. Para makancel na. Therefore, si dx ni mo is just du over 3. Tapos, by substitution, nahimo na sa e raised to u because ang 3x gipulihan na to og u. Tapos, ang dx na to gipulihan na to og du over 3. Which is naman ni 1 dere. Manang na ay 1/3 gi-factor out niya as constant. So, ang kuha na lang is e raised to u du. So, kabalota nga e raised to u du is just e raised to u. Tapos plus c. And copy lang si 1/3. Then, for your final answer, simply ibalik to nimong 3x. So, ang u ni mo, pulihan na nimo balik kung 3 raised to x. Ang original na niya, kumbaga. So, this is your final answer. For the second one, kung mga in the form a raised to x pod, parehan ni 2 raised to 4x, similar, ang ilat u ni mo is katong exponent niya. Tapos differentiating u, that becomes du. Ang derivative ni 4x, that becomes 4 dx. Then to isolate 4x, we divide both sides by 4. So therefore, ang dx na to is equivalent to du over 4. And then by substitution, ang 2 raised to 4x becomes 2 raised to u. Tapos ang dx becomes du over 4. Then again, naanay 1 diha, walang gisulat, kaya pwede ra nato i-factor out si 1/4. And mabilin sa sulod sa integrand as 2 raised to u du. And based sa theorem nga 2 raised to u du is just 2 raised to u over ln of 2. Tapos na kay 1/4 daan. Then dili ni pwede i-cancel si 2 ug si 4 ha. Kani pong si 2 ug si 2 dili ni pwede i-cancel, palihog lang. So as is ra na si 1/4, 1 over 4. Tapos ln of 2. Tapos since naatay u diha, pulihan na nato ang u og 4 raised to x. So therefore ang final answer nato is kana. Again, don't forget your plus c. And last, kani kung mga 1 over ngani 1 over 2 raised to 1 over 2x minus 1, usually ang denominator ang ilet u na to. So du, derivative ni u is du, derivative ana 2 dx. Tapos dividing both sides by 2 para dx na lang. Therefore, dx na to is equivalent to du over 2. Then by substitution, this becomes, ang kani becomes 1 over u, ang dx becomes du over 2. Then 1/2, nara 1 og si 2, gi-factor out lang. So ang mabilin sa sulod, 1 over u du na lang. Which is, naa sa tong theorem, na pag once integral of 1 over u du, ang answer na is ln of u plus c. But since na ay 1/2, isulat nimo si 1/2. And then, for your final answer, substitute u with 2x minus 1 para mabalik sa original. So therefore, your final answer will be, should be 1/2 of ln of the absolute value 2x minus 1 plus c. So that's example 7. We'll proceed so example 8. Actually, we have Saan naman eh? We have actually 10 examples for this one. Wow, kaniron kay di nga. Saan ni pag-erase? Eraser ta. Pagbuwang. Kahasol ba ani? Nee. So, di ko dapat magsigig sulat. Hi. Sige. So, let's proceed to example 8. Kaniron. So, example 8 involves trigonometric. Wow. Nara. Sample 8 ta. So we have here given is integral of cosine of the quantity 4x plus 3. Pag ingani po trigonometric function, usually ang ginalet x ana is kaning angle nimo 4x plus 3. I mean, ginalet you mo nang let you as 4x plus 3. And then after, same gapon, differentiate both sides. That becomes du tapos 4 dx. Then same, divide both sides by 4 kay para makakome up ka og dx equals to 1/4 du. So, pag ingana, pwede na nimo siya karon substitute. So, nasol. Sige. Substitute na. So, nara na karon. So, by substitution, this becomes cosine of ang kaning 4x, may mo na siya u. Tapos, base sa ato ang dx, 1/4 du man. So, si 1/4, di-factor out lang. So, ang nabilin, cosine u du na lang. Then, based sa theorem that the integral of cosine u du is just sine u. Tapos, copy lang si 1/4. Then, since nag-integrate na ka, wala na sa integral sign, butang yung kag plus c, ayaw kalimte. And then, lastly, ibalik na po ito nimong original angle, which is ang 4x plus c. Dili man ta in terms of u, ang final answer. So, this is your final answer. That's example 9. Example 8. Example 9, same. Paging ani, sin x, cosine x. Again, wala tayo product rule. So, all we need to do is by substitution. So, sa kani, actually, sa tinud-anay, pwede ra mas asa diri sa duha. Kaya kung tanaw nimo angle x muna, x. So, wala tayo ma-panya. So, pwede ta, ang yang gibuhat diri, first, actually, is ang sin x ang yang gilet as u. So, u equals to sin x. So, derivative both sides ani, ang u is du. Ang sin x, derivative ni sin x, cosine x dx. Tapos, para ma-isolate si dx, divide both sides taog. Divide both sides taog. Ayun na lang, para kailangan na itong kuwan eh. Yep. Kani. Divide both sides ta diri og cosine x. Cosine x. Kaya para dx is equivalent to du over cosine x. Kana. And then, substitute na ta. So si sin x, pulihan na to og u. Manong du na lang mabilin? Take note, this can be written now as integral of u cosine x. Tapos ang dx, kaniman ang dx na to. So mahimo siya du over cosine x. So makancel ra gyud si cosine x. Mao na ang nabilin, integral of u du na lang gyud. So mao ni. And then, applying integration, that becomes u squared over 2 plus c sub 1. Nagamit siya c sub 1 because natay alternative solution. Tapos finally, pulihan na to si, di ba, nag-let ta og u as, ano ra? We let u as sin x. So, mo na sin squared x. Ingani pagkuhan og exponent sa sin. So, yun. Mag-erase na po ko. Diyos ko. Solve. Okay. And then, alternative solution. Actually, ang alternative solution na is alternative solution na ang iyang gigamit is ang iyang kuan is cosine na pod ang iyang gilet yun. So kani pod ang final answer. But same process lang na. Hindi na lang na ko i-discuss na. Tapos last example ata ba? Ngayon. Example 10. So kaniron, we have here integral of e raised to sin x cosine x. So asa kaya ato ang i-let as u, kumbaga. So again, basically, masking asa ra gud na, pero pwede ra gud ka mag-trial and error. Pero usually, ang point naman gud sa substitution para mo simplify ang imuhang integrand. So kung kung si cosine x ang imuhang i-let u, tapos ni-simplify, mas maayo. Pero kung ni-complicate ganin siya, i-try tong isa. So dari, naman siya e raised to sin x, usually, ang katong exponent sa e atong e, let as u. Mana, u is sin x. Tapos, differentiating both sides, ang u becomes du, tapos kani, mana, du, tapos kaning sin x becomes cosine x dx. Tapos, differentiating both sides, so differentiating both sides, isolating dx, this becomes, kailangan na to i-divide both sides of cosine x. So ang kaning given can be written now as integral of e raised to u, copy si cosine x dx, cosine x, pero si dx mahimo na siya. Kaya ang dx na to is du over cosine x naman. So mahimo na siya. Ang cosine x is du over cosine x. Cancel ra. So, nahimo siya integral of e raised to u is du. So, mo nang nahimo naging ani. And then, ang integral ni e raised to u is e raised to u plus c. Then, balik nimo si u as sin x. So, ana ra ang pag-integrate og using substitution method. Thank you and see you next session.